oh, probably the last like 2 years. 2 years. What's been going on? Like, what's been happening? Why haven't we done anything? Right. And then you can do that and it'll absorb it out. And then past that, you realistically reveal the root will be a little bit shorter with people like that because they're going to be a lot less clear on their problem. But that's what you'd want to do and investigate actions. Right. Okay. And then what you could do is if you get that and reveal the root, it's going to be more about where I would take it after that. If you get a prospect like that, is I would just say, okay, well, in terms of this, like what's made you want to get, help with it now, right? As opposed to just being one of the people that let it continue to go on forever and ever. They're packing on pounds, right? Something like that. And then you get out the reason that they need to do something about it now. And it brings out the core problem or their main concern if it actually continues usually. So that's how I would go about it. All right. Anything else? All right. Well, we have 20 minutes, so I'm just going to start having people role play.
Josiah, on the gap, is that the most flexible? Is that the only one that's flexible?
All of them are flexible. It's literally just dependent on where the conversation is at. I will say wholeheartedly, if you listen to one of my calls, me following the structure is like, I'll follow it majority of the time, but you'll hear tids and pieces where I pull something forward where you're like, oh, that's supposed to be an outline the dream because they won't give me a problem. And realistically, you don't want to ask the same question over and over again because they're gonna be like, okay, like, I've tried to answer it multiple times and they'll give you like I said, and all that stuff. I don't want to deal with that. So I'll just pull things forward to give me the information I need. Every part of the process is flexible. The only thing I wouldn't change is the M. Like you ask them, well, how can I help you or something like that? You don't really need to change that whatsoever. Big thing though, actually, that we I'll go over this. There's a lady here in the program. Basically, she isn't in the coaching program or anything like that, but she's in the cerulean kit portion of things. And she was building out her opening question. And in the opening question, it was very pre-frame heavy where it sounded very pitchy. Okay. So you don't want your opening pre-frame to sound very pitchy, especially if it's not a tripwire. Like if these people booked in the call and they know they're getting on the call to learn more about something, then at that point, you don't need to be like, all right, so what we're going to do on this call is we're going to go over XYZ to see if you're actually potentially a fit for ABC. You don't need to do that because at the end of the day, just makes it feel like a sales conversation. You just say, hey man, I'm just here to see how I can help. What are you looking for when it comes to XYZ specifically? You just go right into the conversation. It's just calm, it's chill. And then you can just go into it. You don't have to overcomplicate it. And I think frames are just there to make salespeople comfortable about going into a sales conversation as opposed to just going into the conversation. So a lot of people overcomplicate it when it doesn't need to be overcomplicated. You can just go into it, say what needs to be said and get to the damn point. Like that's literally it. So I've never been a fan of the big pre-frames and all that stuff. I just want to talk and get it over with. And yeah.
Was there a time in your career that you did use that kind of frame?
Yes. The first year when I was scared of people telling me no. And basically I tried to pre-frame it as best as possible. And every time I was like, I hope they let me get through my frame first. Like, I don't want to do that. I'm not doing that. So it just is what it is.
How did you get really comfortable with like people saying no to you?
It's just reps. I mean, like, I'll be 100% honest with you guys. You're like, the only way to really get good at it is like genuinely, you just have to get told. Real quick before you go, if anything I just said hit, you'll like what I'm about to tell you. There's a public leaderboard live right now where closers are racing to double their cash collected in 14 days. They get real trophies. Public ranks a $1,000 cash prize every month for the closer at the top. The math is simple. Take your last 14 days of cash collected and beat it. Closer doubling from 5K cash collected in the last 14 days to 10K. It's the same tier as a closer doubling from 50K to 100K. So you get the same trophy, the same recognition, and you're never in the wrong weight class because it's based off of your ability to grow. So it's free to join, it's free to learn, and it's free to start growing today. The link is in the description. Click join, and I will see you on the board.